Hi guys, it's Baby Peach, and we're back again with another episode of Higurashi. I know it's been a hot minute since we played an episode the last time, but things in my normal day-to-day life have finally settled back down. I've been able to get back on top of things, so I've been trying to update more regularly again. I did go ahead and get those Sims videos put out that I had recorded already. But yeah, we're finally back at recording, and I want to get some more Higurashi recorded for us to enjoy. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, when we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Rika-chan made her return. Oh, good work. Did everything go alright? You took a while. I'm sorry. I got lost on my way back. It was a lot of trouble. Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets lost pretty often. How did she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet? Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rika has a lot of strong points. That more than make up for that. I can see that. That expression in the girls' room, you're quite the thespian. Keiichi was being horrible. He was thinking if I were in their shoes, I'd just run her over and run into the washroom. Oh, what? Did what I was thinking show up on my face again? Keiichi-kun was a pervert. No, I mean... I could laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, 10 unidentified men were taken into custody in Hirayama. The men claim they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was XX kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was. Well, thanks for treating me. I'm happy that you were called here today. Oh, are you going home already? You can stay a little longer. I was in the middle of organizing some drawers. If I leave it like that, I won't be able to put out the futon. I guess that's true. Oops, looks like I caught her at a bad time. Yeah, when Raina phoned her, she was in the middle of cleaning her room, but she still came. Well, if it was an emergency, so I couldn't be helped. Besides that, I gotta eat a lot of sweets, so I'm very happy. Thanks for today. Sorry for calling you out suddenly. Tell Shion I said bye. I'll be taking my leave then. Reina-san, please take your time. Yeah, I will. Later. Rika and Satoko, in a good mood, horsed around with each other as they left. While Reina and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee. Oh, did the two little ones leave already? Hearing them called the little ones was so strange I inadvertently burst out laughing. Apparently they were in the middle of cleaning, so they went home. Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people. I heard from my senior, it seems that you went through a lot of trouble for my sake. It was no trouble at all. None other than Shi-chan was in a pinch after all. Oh, is it alright if I call you Shi-chan? It matches with me-chan, so I thought it'd be cute. Ah, well, whatever you want. Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Reina started talking to her. Reina is pretty sharp about some things, so Shion was probably worried that Reina would find out she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon and hurried off back to the kitchen, leaving behind coffee for just the two of us. She was a bit upset with Reina. Maybe she thought I was being too friendly. Oh, she's just embarrassed. Still, they really do look the same. Instead of twins, it's like there's another Mi-chan. They look the same, but the atmosphere around them, or rather their insides, are completely different. I think those types of twins are pretty interesting, though. You think that, Keiichi-kun? I think they're identical on the inside, too. It somehow became silent. Reina was just staring at the pattern the milk made on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. For somebody like me, who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Reina's off-put mannerisms seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. That unpleasantness carried on for a while. Reina, you said it today, right? That Mion was hurting? Did I say something like that? Don't play dumb with me. You definitely said it on the way home from school. Reina answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Reina wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mion. But when? Me? Hypothetically, if something like that happened, it's not something I did out of malice. I continued the conversation, but left out the assumption that I had hurt Mion. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think Keiichi-kun had any bad intentions. Reina replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt Mion, but that confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I had hurt Mion, and Reina was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized it. I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not like Reina is mad at you. Seeing right through what I was thinking, Reina said that as she smiled even more gently than usual. It's just that, how do I say this? It's hard. If I made a mistake, please say so clearly. I'm so thick-headed I disgust even myself. If there's something I should apologize for, then I'd want to know even a little quicker so I can make up for it. I don't think that Keiichi-kun made a mistake. Depending on how you look at it, Mi-chan might be the one who's being unfair. Taking the stance that the girl was the one being unfair might be unfair in itself. What Reina said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt Mion. I'm begging you, Reina. Mion is one of my best friends. I don't want to leave something between us so that could cause problems later on, so please tell me. How did I hurt her? I can't tell you. You need to realize something like this for yourself. Reina was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. The fact that she had this strength of will surprised me for a moment. I'm asking you because I can't figure it out, you know. My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Reina was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor. Well then, I guess it's just a hint is fine. This is special, okay? Sorry, please. I'll think about this seriously. Reina looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, but without confidence as usual. Shi-chan, if she ties her hair up, it's impossible to tell apart from Mi-chan, right? Yeah, that's true. So then, if Mi-chan let down her hair, would she be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan? Probably. But what does that have to do with anything? What if What if that her being the younger twin was a lie? That she was just Michan pretending to be her sister? What would you think? Reina was sharper than her daily behavior bellied. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer. It might be unfair to answer a question with another question, but if, like you say, Mion is just pretending to be Shion, what purpose would that serve? After maintaining the silence for a while, Reina glanced at the clock. That's what I want you to think about. That was maybe too much of a hint. How? After thanking me for the dessert, Reina stood up from her seat. Sorry, I was asked to buy a few things, so it's about time I left. Is it okay with you if you tell Shion I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye? Yeah, I'll tell her. Sorry. Huh? That Reina is so short-tempered. Sorry for getting angry. Keiichi-kun isn't the only one at fault here. Reina was harsh in her apology, but I was the one who really should have apologized. I think to Michan, it's something that doesn't bother her much anymore, so if you want to forget the whole thing that happened, it's fine too. But you see, as a girl, I'd hope that Keiichi-kun realizes it by himself and comes to apologize of his own violation. How? Switching to cute mode, only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. While I was staring into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finally done. It was Shion, who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed a smile while greeting me. Thank you so much for today. Everything was delicious. We were all really happy with it. Oh no, don't mention it, but I'm glad everybody had fun. Huh? That girl that was just here left as well? She had some shopping to do. She said she was sorry for leaving without saying anything. I see. Well then, should we leave as well? Even though I'm off duty, I'm still nervous around the workplace. We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I had been sitting the entire time, so I was in need of a breath of fresh air. When we left, the sky had already become draped in a veil of darkness. It's gotten dark already, even though I promised I'd be finished early. Shion seemed upset that there wasn't much time left. Oh well, at least we've got a little time to chat like this. Saying that, Shion set out for the tree-length boulevard behind the station. The front of the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home. Well then, I guess I should start with an introduction. I was mistaken for my sister when we first met, so we never got to properly introduce ourselves. I could only smile and laugh wearily. My name is Shion Sonozaki. I'm only similar to my older sister in appearance. My sister is rough around the edges and hot-headed, but I'm a composed and methodical person. I remembered what Reina and I had been talking about earlier. I said that they looked the same but their personalities were different, while Reina said that they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off, but Reina figured out that Shion was Mion. Also related to that, she said that I had hurt Mion. Reina had given only one hint. That was, why is Mion pretending to be Shion? Shion, what did you hear about me from Mion? My sister seems to have taken a liking to you. She talks about you quite a bit. Like about club activities, about getting pranked and pranking you back, boyish kinds of stories. You really do get along. Boyish kind of stories, huh? Come to think of it, I think there was something Shion told me before. Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Was that what happened that hurt Mion? Mion herself said that she'd wish she'd been born a boy and that being a girl didn't suit her. She said a lot of things to that effect, didn't she? Kei-chan, you look like you're having fun. Huh? No, that's not true. Even though you're bad at hiding things, you sure like to lie, don't you? Still, I don't hate you for it. Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I had hurt Mion. I was having a hard time figuring out the riddle that Reina had left me with. Hey, see that? Don't you think it's pretty? You think even a guy would find it pretty? Yeah, it is pretty. Shion was having fun window shopping, dragging me by all sorts of stores I would normally never enter. It wasn't like she was begging me to buy her anything, and I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics I knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. I had the feeling she was good at conversation. Kei-chan, is this your first time doing this kind of thing? Yeah, it is. If somebody didn't bring me into those accessory shops, I don't think I'd set foot in one my entire life. Not that. I meant more like this. What? I leapt back when Shion suddenly linked her arm with mine. Hey, you don't have to act so surprised. It's not so embarrassing to link arms with a girl, is it? Shion's expression was a little bit miffed, but suggestive at the same time. I'm not that embarrassed. If you want some arms, I can spare one or two. Here. Kei-chan, you really know how to entertain someone. I see why my sister took a liking to you. If you don't want my arm, I'm taking it back. Oh, come on. I'm happy to have it. Laughing in good spirits, she unlocked her arm with mine. My heart skipped a beat. This question might be a bit mean, but I want to enjoy seeing your reaction. Kei-chan, have you ever been arm in arm with a girl before? Around a bonfire at a field trip doesn't count, by the way. That little devil. She was asking that question knowing full well what the answer would be. Well, if field trips are out, this is rough. I thought as much. That impish laugh, it really is the same as Mion's. You really are Shion, right? You're not just Mion saying that you're Shion, are you? Are you thinking that my sister might pretend to be me? I thought you were twins until just now, but that way you mess around is just like Mion. You're just saying that. You can tell us apart easily. What do you mean by that? If my sister was holding your arm like this, would you get nervous? I would. I'd be completely on edge worrying about when she would go for an arm lock. Shion laughed so hard she had to hold on to her sides. Hey, is it really that funny? You're tearing up. No, I was just thinking about how hopeless my sister is. She isn't even able to get a young man hot and bothered while she's arm in arm with him. She really is a failure as a woman. I remembered once again that I heard someone say that before. Sometimes I think that my sister would have been better off if she'd been born a boy. If she did, I might have fallen for her. Just kidding. Mion did say something about wanting to be born a boy. My sister is on the fence as to whether she wants to be a boy or a girl. Well, it's the price she pays for living an awkward lifestyle. Just leave her be. You've been saying some pretty harsh things about your sister right now. Mion has some soft parts to her that I don't like. The way that Shion talked somehow sounded cold. Shion, do you not get along with Mion? Well, we get along well enough. Still, there's a few things for which I can't forgive her. As her sister, hey, look at that. Don't you think it's cute? I turned around to look at where Shion was pointing. What was there was this familiar display window of a toy shop. The same window that was the stage for the incident that occurred during last Sunday's club activities. What Shion was pointing at was a display with a plethora of adorable dolls that looked like the sort girls would like. I wonder why girls like these kinds of things. It's because they're cute. Don't you think they're cute, Kei-chan? I'm a man, so I don't really get that vibe. Now, which one do you think is the cutest out of all of these, Kei-chan? Shion, pulling on my arm, motioned to the row of dolls. They were lined up like they were close sisters taking a commemorative photo. A few of them seemed strangely familiar. I've seen those four over there somewhere. Oh, I guess they really are famous, if even you know about them. Shion sounded impressed. These are new dolls that were just brought in from England. They still have some available here, but around the cities they have trouble keeping them on the shelves. Even though they're supposed to be inexpensive, it seems they're starting to come at a premium. I guess girls still like these kinds of things even as they grow up. It depends on the person, but I think that girls who don't like dolls and stuffed animals are pretty few and far between. Even my tomboy of a sister said these were adorable. Oh, even Mion says they're adorable? That is pretty amazing. That's right, I just remembered. The store owner gave this one to us after Sunday's event. Except for Mion, who was a relative, everybody had gotten something. I really do think that this one's the best. That frilly dress really gives it something. That's it. That's the one the shop owner gave to me. So it seems, Shion replied softly but clearly. Uncle Yoshiro gave those out as a thanks for helping liven things up on Sunday's events. It seems he gave them to the 4 friends my sister brought along. So you got the doll with the dress then. What did you think? It was really cute, right? As a man, there's no way I'd think it was cute. So what did you do with the doll? I wasn't really going to do anything with it, so I gave it to someone. To who? As Shion laughed, I could hear the audible click run through my head like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle snapping into place. Thank you very much for today, everyone. You made the event turn out great. It's not much, but here's something extra for today. Uncle Yoshiro, isn't there a little something for me too? My, quite an adorable one, is it not? When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside. Wow, they're so cute! Can I take them home? I really can? Which means there's something for me too? Whoa, I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you'd use to play house. Reina's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same, and Rika-chan too? I see. It wasn't just Reina, Satoko, and Rika-chan. There was the other person who seemed jealous. Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least. Not wanting for her expression to give it away, she had said that to hide her embarrassment. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. I can admit it's adorable, but a doll with changeable clothes is, If you walked around with it, you'd definitely be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely. Mion's usual teasing way of talking. I looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Mion was right in front of me. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her, but I didn't. Huh? You're giving it to me? To Reina? Thank you! Turning away from Mion's covetous gaze, I gave the doll to Reina. Mion's smile bore into my back. There was no other way I couldn't have noticed. Why did I not give it to Mion? Since Mion was the only one who didn't get anything, wouldn't it have just been standard practice to give it to her? At that time I had noticed that something was wrong. That's why I said it. Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Reina, then walking the streets at night would be scary. No doubt. I thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. Something dark flickered briefly in Mion's eyes, but at the same time I didn't notice it. I had thought to give it to Mion, why didn't I? You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. Mion herself had said that with a laugh, so I didn't realize that I had hurt her. That's right, Mion is more suited for cool things, so I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. That uniform, it would never suit somebody like Mion, but if it's Shion, I think it works. Huh? You mean that, Shion, like Reina often does, spaced out and turned bright red. Mion seemed really happy. She seemed happy that I complimented Shion, saying that it didn't suit Mion, but that it suited Shion. Saying that it suited her seemed to make her happy. Mion's younger twin sister, she's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right, we look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scary personality. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects, unlike Mion, she's a cute, cheerful girl. Mion made a strange face that was both angry and happy at the same time. It seemed like she was happy that I said Shion was cute. Sneaking a look inside the box to say that she just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez, I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. I'm not my sister. That was how she said it. Shion was insistent that she wasn't Mion. She was saying that she was Shion and that I shouldn't think of her as Mion. When Mion was Shion, it carried a special meaning. Michan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy. That's what Reina said. But you see, even that Michan is actually really feminine. Reina, how much did Mion pay you exactly? That's not true. Geez, I'm just trying to have a serious conversation, you know. Reina began to pout. Now it probably wasn't the right time to joke around. Michan is the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody, but she's really a very cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun. There never was a riddle to begin with. Marina was saying the answer right from the beginning. So then I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, I know Kei-chan didn't mean anything wrong. At least he didn't intend to. Yeah, Keiichi-kun isn't the type of person to hurt others, so there's no reason for you to feel hurt by this, Michan. Then what was it? Frustration? Sadness? I don't know at all. Did you want it? The doll, I mean? Even if you gave it to me, Reina, that wouldn't solve anything. You're right. How about this, Michan? Try asking Keiichi-kun. You might be able to solve the problem if you tackle it head on. There's no way I could do that. Is it too embarrassing to do that now? I want to try again as somebody other than Mion. This time I can be honest with myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fond of the relationship I have with Kei-chan. This might be selfish, but one more time. Keiichi-kun would definitely notice. I wonder if that's true. Reina would cheer you on too, so let's find a way for you to ease your sadness. Believe me, I won't let anything happen that'll make you cry, Michan. I'll believe. Keiichi-kun would definitely come to understand. He'll say he's sorry for saying something so callous, then he'll bring you to that store and buy that doll for you as a present. Yeah. And then, Michan, you'll say thank you. You can't fool around. Say it honestly. Yeah. If I say I wanted it, Kei-chan, would you buy it for me? Mion said it quietly, doing her best to quell her embarrassment. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment, but like Mion, I quelled that impulse. Okay, Mion, as thanks for everything until today, I'll buy you whichever one you want. My voice cracked with the unfamiliar words. In order to not lose to Mion trying her best, I tried my best as well. But I'm not Mion, I'm Shion. Shion then. I'll buy it for you, Shion. Shion looked down red-faced. She pointed at the doll in the dress through the store window. Is it really okay? The one in the dress is a little expensive, isn't it? This isn't a matter of price. This is a matter of feelings. When I was saved by K-chan from those unsavory customers today, I was really happy. Even though my coworkers didn't save me, K-chan did. You grabbed me by the shoulder really firmly, right? Right then, you were really cool. Even then, I was so embarrassed I couldn't properly express my gratitude. I clamped my hand down on Shion's head and ruffled her hair roughly, like how I would to Reina and the others. When I did that, Shion, like Reina, would have spaced out and blushed slightly. You don't have to think about it too hard. I should have just given it to you back then. If I did that, then everybody would have had a good laugh. Shion didn't respond. She had turned bright red, like she was trying to hold back laughter and tears. I'll go buy it for you right now. Wait right there. I'll go with you. Saying that, she grabbed onto my arm once again. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore. I think I know why my sister likes you. Hey, is it alright if I start to like you a bit too, K-chan? The unfamiliar situation made my heart start to spin. What am I doing? I had reached my limit. Smiling wearily to hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion into the store with me. Excuse me, I want to buy that doll in the dress that's in the window. After a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement and an apron-clad employee soon appeared. K-chan? And why are you here? This has nothing to do with you. And with that, guys, now seeing that the twins are actually twins and not just me on pretending, we're going to end this episode here. It went on a bit longer than I was anticipating it, but I thought I'd give you guys a somewhat longish episode for this episode today to kind of hop back into things. So, hope you enjoy it, hope you have a good time, and hope to see you in the next part. What's Mion gonna do? We'll find out. Bye.